Super League returns to the south of France, with Toulouse, of course, also in the mix. But it's the Catalan Dragons who take centre stage tonight. It's been raining all day in Perpignan. The Huddersfield Giants are in town, and both big underachievers last season. So, what does 2026 have in store? The Stade Gilbert Brutus is ready. We're ready. It's Catalan against Huddersfield. Of course, one of the great shocks of 30 years of Super League to kick off this season. York with that stunning victory over the champions Hockeyar on Thursday night. 3 big games on Friday night. Following this at 8 o'clock, Leeds take on Leeds at the Sports Village. That's on Sky Sports Plus. But the big game, of course, a sellout at the Halliwell Jones for Warrington against Saints. You can enjoy that on Sky Sports Action. 2 games on Saturday, 2 new clubs, or old clubs, new clubs back in Super League. Bradford away at Hull, and then later on Toulouse away at Wakefield. But on Sunday, round 1 is finished with Cass against Wigan. That's Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff on Sky Sports Plus. Well, look at the contrasting fortunes of Huddersfield and Catalan down the years. The Dragons, of course, reaching the grand final in 2021 and 23, but there's been a big drop-off over the last couple of years, as there has for Huddersfield, going back to 2015, when they were reached 4th in the table and then reached the playoffs a couple of years ago. Well, Joe Tompkins gave 11 players their debuts in the Challenge Cup against Batley at the weekend. 2 more tonight. Australians Charlie Staines at fullback and Josh Allen in the front row. And a new halfback pairing of Lewis Dodd and Toby Sexton will be key to the Dragons' hopes of a playoff spot. Well, injuries struck Huddersfield hard in 2025, and it isn't getting any better for Luke Robinson now. Key men, Adam Clune and Niall Eccles, both have calf injuries, and now they've also lost outside backs Adam Swift and Liam Sutcliffe to hamstring problems. So Sam Hewitt switched into the centre, and Jacob Gagai goes onto the wing. Big game for both expecting to be challenging for the playoffs. And alongside me, to give his expert eye, is former grand final winner Kyle Amor.
Good evening, Stu, and everyone watching at home as well. The 2 men in the picture, the 2 men that we picked out to have decent performances this evening, of course, is the new signing, Toby Sexton. He's only had the club for 1 season before he moves back to the NRL to join the Perth Bears for 2027. And he'll be looking to not be just a one-hit wonder. Of course, Jacob Gagai, Huddersfield's top try scorer last year, Stu, with 11 to his name. And he'll be hoping to get his try-scoring campaign up and running. But the stage is set. The Catalan Dragons looking to lay an early marker on home soil. Of course, Luke Robinson and the rest of his players, they won't just be landing in Perpignan to make up numbers.
Well, Huddersfield actually flew in on Wednesday to some of the worst conditions weather-wise that Perpignan has seen in decades. Winds of over 100 miles an hour, and they're going to come back tomorrow. But a bit of respite tonight with the heavy winds in Perpignan, but the rain continues to absolutely hammer it down, and that, of course, is going to affect the game and affect the way that the 2 teams play.
It certainly is. I mean, you can just see there that the water is sat up on top of the grass. It's going to be difficult conditions. A high completion rate is a must. We saw that last night with the York Knights completing around 93-94% against the champions and turning them over. The kicking game as well will be crucial in these conditions, as both teams are just waiting, and here they come.
Led by Ben Garcia and Harry Rushton, the captain of the Huddersfield Giants. Of course, Adam Clune injured again. That's a massive, massive blow. But the conditions will play a big part. This is game 2 of the 30th anniversary of Super League. Always mad, passionate crowd in the south of France. Not the weather that we're used to in the south of France, but for the likes of certainly Da Costa and Navarrete, Garcia and Bousquet, who are the backbone of this Catalan side. It's a big, big season.
Yeah, it is, and just looking down the team sheet as well, it's a really interesting roster that Joel Tompkins has opted to select this season. You know, historically, we see so many big names in the Catalan Dragons outfit. There's a few relatively unknowns that we'll get to know them over the course of the season. The Catalans approaching it a little bit different. Tommy Makinson lining up.
You can see, look at the weather conditions, just to give you a flavour of how bad it is in Perpignan tonight. Yeah, certainly for Catalan, the likes of Fartape and Allen, Lipowicz, Condon, Farsui, Malawi, who we'll see a little bit later on. We'll probably be calling him Big Isaac, won't we? But
well, if his brother gets Big Tino, I'm sure we can be forgiven to call him Big Isaac.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Isaac Farsui, Malawi. We're looking forward to seeing him, because he, like Toby Sexton, is 1 year in the south of France and then heading off to play for the new Perth Bears side in the NRL. So here we go. Conditions awful, but we're expecting a terrific game. And Catalan under Joel Tompkins, life of course post Steve McNamara, and he's putting his own side together, putting his own stamp on things. And there is Tane Milne brought down, good defence from Dodd and from Makinson, former teammates of course at St Helens. And here is Tristan Powell. There's going to be one of those games, isn't it? The error count will be high, and there's the kick downfield from Ollie Russell back in Huddersfield colours after a disappointing year, it must be said, for Russell at Wakefield in 2025. But a decent opening set. I think it's all about winning territory, isn't it? And winning the ruck and getting on top with the weather as bad as it is.
Yeah, it certainly is. But interestingly though, Stuart, play 3, the Giants moved the ball from one side of the field to the other. And it nearly caught out the left edge of the Dragons as Ben Garcia crosses over 35 metres away. A couple of plays still left in the bank here.
Let's see what they can do with Da Costa. And here is Romain Navarrete. Good tackle coming in from Wolford. They go to the right-hand side on the last, and it's Sexton who puts up a difficult high-hanging kick. The ball goes backwards. Is that play on? It's going to be a turnover. The referee, Aaron Moore, saying it came off a Catalan hand. So Huddersfield will be grateful to get ball in hand with Jacob Gagai. There is Josh Sim, two of the former St Helens players on the Catalan wings, Makinson and Josh Sim. But look at that, the rain is getting harder and harder.
Yeah, clever kick there really from Toby Sexton. Just dropping that ball, causing some traffic in and around it. It goes forward off a Catalan Dragons player. Difficult carries already for Lou Robinson's men here, a couple of metres away from their own end.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, all right. Wolford at dummy half. Huddersfield looking for some decent field position, but you can see how bad it is. That was Greenwood, and a kick early from Ollie Russell, and I think that's going to be very much in the coaching manual, isn't it? Make sure you get your kicks right. Here is Charlie Staines, the Australian, on his debut, not played competitively since last July. He'll be glad to get going at his new club. 3 minutes gone, early stages, arm wrestle in the rain and what could be the mud in the south of France. Here is Fartape, made his debut, as many did, against Batley in the Challenge Cup last weekend. Sim brought down. You might be able to hear as well in the background with our microphones around the stadium. You can hear how heavy the rain is. Da Costa. It's Lewis Dodd this time. Right, well taken by George Flanagan. Many people think that Flanagan has got the ability to become one of our next Super League superstars.
Yeah, well, he certainly burst onto the scene last season, a 21-year-old. It was fantastic out the back. Just gets his hands on the ball again there.
There's Gagai. Brought down by his opposite number, Cottridge. So far, so good. No errors, no penalties, decent speed the game's been playing on, and again they go early with the kick downfield. Ditto Russell with the kick and picked up by Staines, but that clearly is going to be the Huddersfield tactic, isn't it?
Yeah, Ollie Russell, he's just found a little bit of grass, and what that's done, Stuart, you know, the water that sat on the field, it's just almost skipped and sped up and churned, sorry, Charlie Staines around. Just buys the Giants another 10 metres further down the field.
Yeah, well, that's going to be important, isn't it? Brought down for Catalan. Last tackle. Da Costa it is. Sexton under pressure, does well to get the kick away. He was brilliant, was Toby Sexton, in their Challenge Cup win. No disrespect to Batley, but he was a class above last weekend, and it could be the difference for me between Catalan being successful and not this year if he stays fit.
Yeah, 3 tries and 8 goals, racking up 28 points in that game, Stuart. You're right to mention him. He's best in terms of points in a game. Now Joe Tompkins will love his signing, his star signing, to be pulling the strings out for the Dragons in 26.
Greenwood on the charge. Dodd in there with the tackle, along with Lipowicz. Here is Asher O'Donnell. And again, the ball, this time on the last. With the kick and taken well by Fartape. Signed from the West Tigers, Solomona Fartape. And yeah, it just goes back to what you were saying about Joel Tompkins. I think his transfer policy has been shrewd. It's very much about building for the future, isn't it? With some experience, with some stars, of course, the normal French players. The balance seems to be better.
Yeah, but in years gone by, they've gone for big names and big recruits, and it hasn't worked out. You know, some of these players that they brought in, Fartape being one of them, you know, Lipowicz, they've got points to prove, Stuart, that they want to get their careers back up and running, whether it's in this competition or using it as a stepping stone to get back to the NRL. Penalty given away here.
Yeah. Catalan are claiming that he just lost the ball. The ball went backwards. Let's have another look. Flanagan it was. Yeah, there was certainly a hand in the ruck. Well spotted by the ref. Penalty it is. First penalty of the game. And 7 minutes gone, no let up in the conditions. 2025 9th place finish for the Catalan Dragons, 10th place finish for the Huddersfield Giants. Not too many are talking in terms of either of these sides reaching the playoffs. What do you think?
You know, I would have to agree with it. You know, I mean, last season, towards the last end, the Dragons, they finished the season brightly, didn't they? They only lost 1 in the last 5. And Joel Tompkins will be urging his players to show that grit and that resolve that they did, albeit a little bit too late at the back end of last season.
O'Donnell.
It's good work from
Volunteer does well to get the ball away to Greenwood under pressure once more. A couple of tackles left in the set. There's Patolo. Guy's first ever career try in the cup-tied Hunslet. Did Chris Patolo. Big day for him. It's a good kick. Ball goes backwards, and they went backwards off Sin. And fortunately for Catalan, into the arms of Staines. But interesting, the kicking game has been excellent from both of them. Sexton for Catalan and Russell for Huddersfield.
Yeah, again, you mentioned the conditions a couple of minutes ago, and you're right to do so, because the kicking game is crucial with discipline, both with and without the ball, in terms of penalties and completions. That's where this game will be won and lost tonight, Stu.
Yeah, absolutely. The last time they played at the Stand Gilbert Brutus, the Catalan's biggest wins of the season, 32 points to 0. But having said that, Sexton gets the kick away. Huddersfield have a good record in Perpignan. Not mistaken, they've won 5 out of the last 7 in their visits to the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Flanagan under pressure, good kick, good deep kick as well.
That's great line speed there from Da Costa. And Garcia following in there too. Tanner Mill was one of the Super League's top offloaders. I'm on a night for it tonight.
Yeah, certainly risk-free rugby in the early stages has to be. Russell wrapped up by Navarrete. Wolford plays the ball, nowhere for Tolo to go.
De Costa again, just flying out of the line.
There's the kick, and well taken again by Charlie Staines. Interesting, what a grand final Charlie Staines with Penrith a few years back. Scored a try in the grand final when they beat Parramatta. Very much fallen out of favour, didn't he, at West Tigers? And as Kyle mentioned, one of quite a few players who are trying to rebuild their careers.
A prolific try scorer as well. 76 NRL appearances, Stu, in 39 tries, averaging one every other game. And he's shown up pretty decent so far. Just had a neat little return there.
Got two.
The first 6 again given away by Huddersfield, so chance here for real pressure. First time either side has had the ball really close to the opposition line, and Sexton it is, and there is Cottridge on the far side. Nick Cottridge, who could well have come close to breaking a world record last weekend. More of that a little later on. De Costa. Sexton does well, does really well, Sexton. Well, he nearly went on his own. He got the ball out. It was on the last. Now, has that come off a Huddersfield leg or a Catalan hand? Where did the knock-on come from?
This came from Huddersfield there, Stu.
Yeah, there's some pushing and shoving going on in back play as well.
Well, Toby Sexton, he's been kicking the ball so far in the opening 10 minutes. This time he decides to run it. Didn't he look a bit dangerous there? Snapping hard off that left foot. The Giants managed to pull him down.
Treatment for Asher O'Donnell. I think the scrum is going to go to the Dragons, isn't it? So a real opportunity. But it looked like it was going to open up, didn't it, for Toby Sexton? Then the door was shut.
He just saw out the corner of his eye that there was a bit of lazy defence there, and he looked to explore it. Nearly got it as well. But they will get 6 more here, and it's taken 11 minutes for the Dragons to have the most promising set here. So let's see what they've got.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some points on the board. De Costa at the back of the scrum. Staying just about holding on to it as well, the full-back. Best field position for either side in the game. Garcia. Josh Allen it is. Eventually gets up and plays the ball. Here is De Costa again. Inside it goes for the Catalan captain, one of 3 who played their entire careers at Huddersfield, complaining about the challenge from English, but Sexton tries to get the ball out and it goes to ground. Well, there's the first opportunity. I think we're going to see a few of those, aren't we, with the conditions.
Yeah, the Giants do enough just to make Ben Condon lose that ball in contact. That's the conditions for you. Difficult to take in.
So 13 minutes on the clock. Still waiting for the first points in. We normally say sun-drenched south of France, rain-drenched south of France at the moment, doesn't it? But Huddersfield survived. Here is Gagai. Top try scorer last year, 12 tries across the season for Gagai. The big games tonight, Warrington and Saints a little later on at 8 o'clock. Also, Lee against Leeds.
2 crackers there.
Yeah. Wolford. Sky Sports Plus for all the games. Sky Sports Action, of course, later on, also for Warrington against Saints. Malahia, who goes high this time. Oh, well taken by Fartape. Staying steady away. He's career has sort of been made mainly on the wing, hasn't it? So they're very much seen as the number one fullback.
I think he's shown up brightly so far. He'll be even more threatening. Gets his hands on the ball once again, and you don't often see fullbacks carry direct off a play of the ball. Sexton with a kick to the corner. The chase needs to be a good one here. Will the ball sit up? Oh, it will.
It will. Oh, well done. Gagai is able to get out. No, he isn't. What a kick from Sexton. When we picked Toby Sexton out potentially as a match winner for Catalans on so many occasions, but just look at this.
Well, look, while the kick is absolutely exceptional and on the money, measured to perfection, it was the carry before from Staines that allowed Toby Sexton to have all the time in the world. A quick rock from the fullback and a beautiful long kick, but the chase was equal to measure as well for 6 more here.
Flanagan goes low with the dropout. Pressure beginning to build. Sim plays the ball. Sexton it was at dummy half. Allen plays it. Here is Garcia once more. Yeah, what a trio they've been, haven't they? Da Costa, Busquets and Garcia.
Yeah.
Sexton. Lewis Dodd with the dummy, looking for a way through. Dodd, lovely little sidestep from Lewis Dodd, goes across the line, puts a little kick through towards the line, and that is a brilliant try. What a try. Ben Condon, but Lewis Dodd, the man who made it. Well, that is the Lewis Dodd of all. Oh, bit of magic, sidestep dummy, runs across the defensive line. A fantastic little kick through. And Ben Condon gets the score.
Yeah, Ben Condon on the end of this. But the magic was created by Lewis Dodd, who just spots a tired middle unit of Huddersfield Giants. He's able to travel past 3 or 4 players. And that kick is absolutely brilliant. A wonderful short kick. And a big back rower arriving at full speed. And gets there before Flanagan and gets the first score. 4-0, Stu.
Yeah, it had been coming. It had been coming. But what about that from Lewis Dodd? That's the Lewis Dodd that we're used to seeing his pomp at Saints. And he has some confidence to restore, doesn't he? He was discarded. That's the only way to put it. Discarded harshly and cruelly by Wayne Bennett in his one ill-fated season at South Sydney. Snapped up for a year by Joel Tompkins, quickly extended to 2 years. And talking of 2s, there's another 2 points with the boot of Toby Sexton. But yeah, Sexton and Dodd looking good for the Dragons.
They certainly are. The kicking game from both of them, the short kicking game there from Dodd, and we've seen Sexton with the long kicking game too. 2 points of attack and 6 points on the board.
5 years at Saints, Lewis Dodd.
Yeah, it's great to see him back in Super League though, isn't it? You know, only 6 appearances for Wayne Bennett, lost each and every one of them, but he's back in Super League, and moments like that.
Yeah, of the way he was treated. I mean, from all accounts, it was appalling. Coach doesn't fancy you, that's it.
Well, that's it. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just down to one man's opinion, but it matters not now. Joel Tompkins showing faith in him, rewarding him already with another year. Before a ball's been even kicked, he's obviously seen enough.
And it's proved a point early on, 6-0 to the Dragons as we approach a quarter of the game gone. Good offload that was from Da Costa. Here is Allen again, a real workhorse, giant Australian Josh Allen. Another big pickup, could be a really shrewd signing for Joel Tompkins. Did the ball go backwards? Yes, it does. Play on. Cottridge on the far side. Huddersfield now struggling, aren't they, to get a foothold into this game. Lewis Dodd, that's a teasing one, and brilliant take. Under pressure, that was a fantastic take from George Flanagan.
Yeah, it was a wonderful take as well, with some traffic around him. decent set there after points from the Giants. They just rolled down the field. A couple of offloads in there. Ben Garcia getting a little bit of fortune on his offload. Milne well dealt with there.
Got 3, he's put in there, 3.
It's tough. It's a tough old night, isn't it? Wolford it was brought down, and Lola here once more will try and go long with the kick over the head of Tommy Makinson, and picked up well by Charlie Stones.
To Lola here kicking from inside his own 20.
It's interesting talking to Joel Tompkins. It's all about getting the spine right, isn't it? And he thinks he has it right this year with Staines, Sexton, Dodd, DeCosta, who will be his #1 choice of hooker. Whereas for Huddersfield, they've lost a lot of their spine, haven't they? With Evans gone and Alan Clune gone, and in the backs they've now lost Sutcliffe and Alan Swift as well, and it makes a difference.
Yeah, it was one of the things that hurt the Giants last season, the number of injuries they've had, and they haven't had much luck, and it opens up.
With a chance, DeCosta, he's got support as well. Brilliant play once again. Lipowicz brought down, but it was Lewis Dodd who was causing all the problems. Here he is again, kick behind the defence. And under real pressure, Flanagan kicked the ball down, or tapped the ball down rather. It was Bousquet, wasn't it? And there's the important tackle.
Lewis Dodd there showing up in a couple of plays. Spurs taking the line on once again, getting through, slicing through, and then the kick. Whilst it didn't end up in a try, the next best result is 6 more, and the Dragons are just dictating here now.
Flanagan again goes low, tapped by Sexton. Tell me, in these conditions, you'd have played in many, many times. It's a phrase, I know, energy sapping, but does it take it out of you?
Oh, it certainly does. You know, if the number of repeat sets, and it just feels like the other side of the field is an eternity away, you're almost hoping for a penalty, a 6 again, or just some respite, particularly as a middle.
Dodd. Staines now, have support from Fartape. Oh, he goes on his own. This could be a brilliant try. Has he managed to get it down, or has he held up over the line? Fartape is absolutely convinced he's scored. Well, we're going to find out here. Aaron Moore is not so sure. He thinks he's been held up. Is it a try? Or have Huddersfield desperately managed to defend? The video ref is Jack Smith.
No try. Check your grounding, please. In possession for Tape, going towards the line. So the possession, Flanagan appears to be on the ball there. He's over the line, he's still wrestling. And have we got something from the side angle, please, on it? On this angle. Establishes over the line and he's still wrestling. We lose the ball now. Have we got any angle? Might show us the ball all the way to the ground. If not, I think the best angle is our first one. Possession ball's up there. The ball is on the other side of the ruck. See if this gives us anything. Stay slow on this angle, please. Stay slow. Stay slow. Right, that's going to be possibly our best angle, and we'll go back to the first angle that we saw, please, and see if that gives us the better. Angle really slow, please, as the ball's going towards the line. He's in possession there at that point. Go back on this angle, please. Go back and slow. Right, slow. We've established not down at the first point. It's his second bit. Is George Flanagan's hand still under the ball at this point? There is a hand under the ball, and we run it through, and we can't establish if the ball is then grounded. Got insufficient evidence to overturn the live call of no try. I've made my decision.
Fair enough. You and I were both watching that, and we're changing our minds. Is it a try? Is it not a try?
It was on tackle 2, so the next one was 3.
The bottom line is that the on-field decision was no try. It looks like Sean Flanagan has played an absolute blinder, having his hand under the ball there, maybe, of Solomona Fartaro, but It was a tough call for the video referee, but I think he's got it right.
He's absolutely got it right. George Flanagan take a bow. Some ordinary defending on Solomona Fatatape.
Well done, George Flanagan. That looked like a try. The power and the strength there took him through. Da Costa. Sexton now. Here is Staines. Good defence. Russell is there. Wolford is there for Huddersfield. And back it goes. The kick will be from Toby Sexton. It's a dangerous kick. It's tapped back, but there's no one in the right place, and that will be a handover. So the Huddersfield somehow survive 6-0. All the drama, first of all, the try. And a bit of push and shove again. And then the video ref confirming the on-field decision of no try. But he was right, Jack Smith. There wasn't enough evidence to overturn.
No, there certainly wasn't. You just saw in the last frame there, George Flanagan's hand underneath that ball. With the body strength from Fatatape just to try and get that down, but Flanagan, brilliant full-back play, saved the try for sure.
The 6-0 it is. Look at that. Meters totally dominant by Catalan. How can Huddersfield get into this game as Greenwood is pushed back once more?
Well, a little offload like that may help, but they've just got to try and get out of their own half. So much of this game has been played to the left-hand side, and they're finding it difficult.
As you said, they just need some relieving pressure or something, don't they? Powell, it was brought down. It is the last one. Kick away by Russell, but it was all very static, wasn't it?
Yeah, for the opening quarter, Stu, what we found is a kick like this, and then 2 plays later, the Dragons are back into the half of the Giants.
Josh Sim plays the ball. To Costa it is. Just shy of halfway. Sexton once more, and here is Cottridge. Good defence from Rushton, pushing back the Australian. 2 left in the set as Julien Bousquet. What a servant he's been for Catalan, over 300 games for the Dragons. Dodd on the last, left-footed. And the ball allowed to bounce. It's picked up by Litovic. It's still the last one. Is there anything that they can do? Staines gets it back. There's the knock-on. Punched on by the Giants. Halsall won the ball. And here is Tane Milne. But to be fair, for all the pressure that Catalan have had, Huddersfield have defended really well.
Yeah, they sure have. A bit of a scruffy end to that set. And it means that the Giants finally just edge their way further up the field. If they can get through this set with into the half of the Catalan Dragons and put a neat kick in, the momentum may just turn into their favour. Burgess.
Yeah, he'll be a key man, probably an impact player coming off the bench. There is the kick downfield from Russell. What's the chase like? Good positioning from Staines at fullback, and a good chase by the kicker, Ollie Russell, bringing down the Catalan fullback. 14 minutes to half-time at the Stan Gilbert Brutus. Don't forget, later on, live and exclusive on Sky Sports, Warrington against Saints, kick-off 8 o'clock. Sky Sports action from 7:30, and then from 5 to 8, another 8 o'clock kick-off at the Sports Village. Big game between Lee and Leeds.
Yeah, many people predicting that Leeds and Lee would be in the top 4. Penalties given away, and that's not what the Giants needed. They said they just started in decent field position. And Lewis Dodd taking the line on once more.
It was Wolford, wasn't it?
It's Wolford and Greenwood were just lying in there too long. Penalty given away. And then a blink of an eye, the Dragons will once again start in Huddersfield land.
Fatatape was with the tap, and here is Julien Bousquet. Only Remy Casti has played more games in a Catalan jersey. Da Costa. Farsui Malawi on for his Super League debut. There is Nick Cottridge. I think that's back to one. Is that a 6 again? Yes. It is. So great opportunity. Again, you can't give away penalties, and 6 again is like that. Yeah, Garcia with the run.
They're falling off tackles here, Stu.
Yeah. As it's Spains who goes for the line. Held up over the line. Yeah, another big player, Isaac Farsui Malawi. I tell you what, I'm really impressed with the business that Catalan have done.
Well, this man in particular has shown up really well. I really like what I see there with Charlie Staines.
Correct. Relentless pressure from the Catalan Dragons. Only 6 points to show for it. Here is Busquets. Offload to Da Costa. Goes back to 0. The charge down by Tane Mill. And the pressure ramps up once more. Sexton with the offload. Farsui Malawi brought down right in front of the post. Here is Da Costa on the charge. It's Garcia. Can he get the ball down? Well, it's a penalty. I think it may well have been reaping the ball out of the tackle. So do you go for 2? Do you go for 4? Coach Amor.
Well, I think they'll go for 2. But the weight of possession that they have, you just see George Flanagan there stripping the ball from Ben Garcia. I think they will go for 2. And again, they are knocking on the door. And the Giants give away a penalty, a 6 again, another penalty. They were falling off tackles for fun. And Wolford just came out of that challenge the play before a little bit awkwardly. And he's going to leave the field for a head assessment.
That would be a big blow for Huddersfield.
Huddersfield's top tackler last season does a lot of work in and around the middle. Looks like Sexton 3 or 4 metres to the right-hand side of that post and about 11 or 12 away.
Just to let you know, by the way, that O'Donnell's also gone off for a head assessment, which is why Matty English came on. Yeah. So we'll get news of O'Donnell and of Wolford as far as the head injuries go. Here is Sexton. Should be a comfortable 2 points for the Aussie halfback. And it is. As 8-0. Catalans deservedly lead in this game with, what, 11 minutes to go to half-time, Carl?
Yeah, they've had full control. And 8-0. Nobody remembers round 1 come the business end of the season, and it is about just getting wins and points on the board. And Joel Tompkins getting that message down to turn that 6 into 8. For the Giants, Stuart, not really been in this contest so far.
What comes Cruz Leeming? One of the surprise moves of the off-season coming later on, wasn't it? With Ollie Partington going back to Wigan in a permanent move, and Cruz Leeming leaping at the opportunity to join Joel Tompkins' revolution in the south of France. 8-0 Catalan, 10 minutes to half-time. Just news that, or good news, I should say, for Huddersfield. Ashford O'Donnell has passed his head assessment, so he has returned, as you can see, the number 11 for the Giants. Leeming at dummy half. That's a good 9 or 10 metres on his own. Last play just inside the Giants' half of the field. Sexton again with a terrific kick. The ball, well, it's a knock-on, but it was in no man's land, wasn't it? Huddersfield will get the ball back, but the kicking game of Sexton and Dodd has been exceptional. You can see there Makinson with the error, but it was a difficult one to take for a defender, let alone an attacker.
Yeah, he was just looking over his head. The ball just goes straight through his elbows.
Yeah. Well, George King is on. Matthew Kozza is on. Zach Wolford, of course, going for an HIA. And the ball has been lost, and here is Kotric, and they can seldom do that, and Kotric is still going to within 5 yards of the line, but they're giving away penalties, 6 against, they've given away possession, and they're now in a perilous position once more, the Huddersfield Giants. Long pass out,
nice.
Brilliant hands, here's Staines, what a dummy, what a try from Charlie Staines. It's a splashathon in the south of France, but what a score from Charlie Staines. Huddersfield lose possession, 20 seconds later the Dragons strike, and the new boys are running the Huddersfield old boys ragged. Staines with a terrific try, and it's 12-0 Catalan.
Well, I mentioned about Staines' try-scoring record in the NRL, and he's opened up his account. A wonderful dummy and a wonderful turn-up play from Zach Lipowicz to catch that ball, jumping into the air, turn and offload, and Staines, a little show and go, slices through. And the Dragons are running red hot here.
They're playing well.
They're just carrying the ball, Stu, with more vigour, more intent, more purpose than their opposite numbers, and they're dictating the play.
Very few errors as well. 28 points in the Challenge Cup win against Batley. 2 out of 2 with the boot so far for Toby Sexton. Make that 3 out of 3, and at 14 points to 0 with 7 minutes to go to half-time, you're already feeling that it's a long way back for the Huddersfield Giants.
You just see there the numbers that they had on that left-hand side. Staines with the show and go. And how
Poor
about
Aaron
that?
Moore got a shower. Yeah, brilliant. They've all been impressive. Staines, Fartan, Sexton, Dodd, Allen, Lipowicz, Condon, try scorer, Farsi, Malawi as well.
11 debutants last week. A couple out there for a Super League debut, and haven't they shown up well?
King with the tackle. Condon got the first try. Interesting story, isn't he? Played 10 games for Widnes at the end of last season, Ben Condon. Trying to get a foothold in the English game. Joel Tonkin was impressed enough to bring him to Perpignan.
Again, another player with a point to prove. Perhaps a little bit more hungrier. Maybe some of those recruits that they've brought over just for the end of their careers.
Well, you spent your entire career with a point to prove, didn't you?
What are you trying to say?
But you did okay out of it. You won a bit. Sexton with the kick downfield. Well taken by Flanagan. The big question for Huddersfield, isn't it?
It's another mistake.
Made the mistake. Kotric panties on the ball. That's play on. There's going to be a penalty, I think, as well.
Yeah, he might end in the bin here.
Yeah, I think so. Interference at the play of the ball, but it was a professional foul trying to hold up proceedings.
Ollie Russell just trying his best. It was a sloppy mistake from the back from George Flanagan. Nick Kotric all over it, reacts first, gets onto that loose ball. I mean, Ollie Russell just can't help himself getting involved. And I don't think Dragons will take 2 this time. They're going to go for the killer play.
Let's see, Sexton ready to go, 5 minutes to go to half-time.
Luke Robinson can't be happy with this opening 40 minutes.
Not too many mistakes.
I think they've been bullied, if I'm honest.
On top of that, Catalans have been very good, let's be fair.
Oh, without doubt, yeah, but...
Here's Leeming. Long pass out for Makinson, but that was well read by Sam Halsall. Makinson was eyeing up the try line. Fartape in the centre. Leeming with the offload. Here is Garcia. Still going strong. Burgess trying to bring him down with Lolohea and King right in front of the Huddersfield post. And a 6 again. They give another set away, and The ball goes backwards, can Sim keep it in, but he'll probably get pushed into touch, and he does. So respite there, and that's a waste as far as Catalans are concerned, because they've just got another set restart. First time really they've been sloppy with ball in hand. They lose possession 4 minutes to half time. It's 14-0. I say only 14-0, but it probably should have been more.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth there. I was just going to say it's probably been the Dragons' first real breakdown in play. Josh Sim on a dry day, he'd have rescued that, but he gets ushered over the sideline. A bit of relief for the Giants, because it could have got even worse.
The word from pitch side is the rain has stopped as we come up to half time. There's been very little respite for Huddersfield in the first half. 14 points to 0. The Giants have somehow got to find a way. Just try and get a foothold. Build some pressure. Burgess.
I think the Dragons, though, Stu, they've just played basic rugby league in these conditions. They've carried the ball with intent and purpose and got quick play of the balls, and off the back of neat kicks from Dodd and Sexton. That's why they're 14-0 up.
Well, here it is.
Well, here's a chance.
Brilliant chance here for Halsall. Halsall goes for the corner. Oh, and out of absolutely nothing. The first time that Huddersfield have attacked the Catalan line. The first opportunity, the first try, and somehow the Giants are back in it. I said they needed to find something, and they have. But how about this? Brilliant from Halsall.
Absolutely. Sam Halsall, he'll be looking to have a big season this year, and that is a big score, completely against the run of play. It needed something special, and it was the right centre who came up with it. An important score, given the time on the clock. It just changes perhaps the complexity or the words from Luke Robinson heading into the second half.
Well, it does, absolutely. You and I just couldn't see where that was going to come from, but just going to show. Only takes a second.
I'd be really disappointed, though, Joel Tompkins, having said that. That left edge, it just opened up far too easy.
Yeah, I've got it there.
Just see on the graphic there, try confirmed. If you don't know the new rule this season, that every try that's scored and awarded by the on-field referee will be checked in the background by the video referee, just to make sure that everything is okay. And everything is okay. So Halsall's try is given. And it'll be Flanagan in the absence of Russell off the touchline. Down to 12 men, look to be down and out, but not anymore. Big kick on the stroke of half-time. Yeah, it was always going to be tough in the conditions, but a 14 points to 4, they're back in it.
Yeah, 10-point lead. It was just too easy here. Somebody has to go make a play. There's no help from the inside. Makinson stays on his winger. Sam also slides through, and I've been very, very positive about Charlie Staines. However, Stu, is the last man in the defensive line. He doesn't commit. He doesn't go neither here nor there. Halsall is able just to put the ball down and breathe a little bit of life back into the Giants.
Tell you what, considering the conditions, it's been a rip-roaring, entertaining first half, hasn't it?
Yeah. There's been some good stuff played, given the conditions. Let's hope for more of it. The Giants can score next. They'll be confident, make no mistake about it.
Well, their confidence and belief will have gone up tenfold after that try anyway. Flanagan brought down the last few seconds of the first half. In the first game in Perpignan in 2026. Donald plays the ball. Lower here. And they're going to move it out of the back here. What could be a penalty? It was Sam Hewitt. What's the referee saying? It was a late hit on the passer.
Yeah. Just a late hit means that the Dragons have the opportunity to have one more play. The hoot is already gone. The scoreboard reads 14-4. Tuilola here will try his best to buy as much land as he can.
An unexpected conclusion to the first half. And one play for Huddersfield, and they go high into the night sky, and it's taken well by Halsall. You could just see there that the Catalan defenders were quite happy to let Sam Halsall claim the loose ball. But that is it for the first half in the south of France. Catalan Dragons deserving their lead. They dominated for what, 38 minutes with tries from Condon and a brilliant individual effort from Staines, and 3 goals as well from Toby Sexton. But that try out of the blue on the stroke of half-time from Sam Halsall, and we've got a game at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. First half analysis is on the way. Half-time in Perpignan, Catalan lead Huddersfield by 14 points to 4.